Well, folks, here we go. Welcome back to the Turning Stone Classic 23. Let's listen in to Mike Zuglin.
Ron Casanzio. His opponent, he's just a young gentleman, still an up-and-coming young player. He's a former Ocean State 9-ball champ. He's won many of our tournaments in his short, young career. And he's had 2 seconds here already at Turning Stone. We welcome from Watertown, Connecticut, Jeremy Sossei. Good luck, everyone. Please remember to turn the ringers off with your cell phones, everybody. If you take pictures, please don't flash the top.
There you have it, folks. The players are ready to rock and roll. We want to thank AZ Billiards. Without azbilliards.com, this will not be possible for Upstate Allen, AZB TV to roam the Eastern Seaboard and beyond. azbilliards.com. Simonis Cloth, the world's largest supplier of billiard cloth. You want to put it on your table? Make sure you check out Simonis Cloth. Aramith balls, the best balls in the world. The Tap League, the best amateur league in North America. Plus the Kings of Vapor and also the Kings of Billiards. We're going to be heading up to the Kings of Billiards in Akron, Ohio, to bring you that challenge match between John Mora and Jason Shaw, who you just seen play on his table and go hill. We want to thank Josh Hughes, the main sponsor behind Mr. Zuglin for many years. Phil Capel, billiardspress.com, poolonthenet.com. Dan Heydrich Custom Cues, who happens to be sitting right to my left over here. J&J Industries. Lucasi Hybrid, Lucasi Custom Cues. Diana Hoppy, right there. We're going to be giving away a 3 DVD set, Earl Strickland Road Stories 2, Earl Strickland Road Stories 1, or the set of your choice, already paid for by Gotham City Technologies. This gentleman right here, Ron Mason, we're going to be giving away a DVD set courtesy of Ron Mason, who just paid $55 yesterday for it. One of our chatters is going to win it. You got to be signed in to the chat to be eligible to win and respond when your screen name is picked and we announce it. Okay. We also want to make sure that you check out live stream news on Facebook. If you have the accessibility for Facebook, just search out Live Stream News Group. That's the top of the page you'll see, and suggest to be a member. And you can follow AZB TV also on Facebook. AZB TV. Jeremy Sossei says, let's get this show on the road. Opening break, it's 0-0. We're going to be joined in the booth in a little while by Danny DiLiberto, who happens to be MIA right now. All right, looks like the 5-ball might find the corner pocket, and it does. Shot on the 1. 2-ball right down by the lower part of your monitor, as you can see, just above the pink 4-ball. We are using the Aramith TV set, courtesy of Ivan Lee and Simonis. We thank them very much. And, of course, Diamond. Coming to the short side. Has the angle just to bounce out 1 rail, or if he elects to spin 2 rails, but that would cause him to jack up over the shot. I'm looking for him to go 1 rail, back up for the 3 in the bottom left-hand corner, and then follow up on the 3 for the 4, saving the angle to get back for the 6. This is one of the candidates that was picked to possibly play for Team USA Jeremy Sossei took second place here at the Turning Stone 2 times. One time he faced Johnny Archer. The other time it was Earl Strickland. In fact, there's a funny story about that. On the way home down the New York State Thruway, Tournament Joe Gibbons was driving Earl Strickland back to the city. Tournament Joe has also participated in the event. And Jeremy Sossei and Phil Davis had to head that way anyway, because they go back to Connecticut, and they seen a car pulled over on the side of the road with New York plates, and Jeremy says, I hope that's Earl Strickland, because Earl Strickland beat him in the finals. And then they kept going. And they stopped at a rest stop, Phil Davis and Jeremy, to have a little bonge on the way back. And no sooner did Earl Strickland and Joe Gibbons come walking in the door, and they started telling Phil and Jeremy that they got stopped by a state trooper up the road. So they all cracked up. And they told each other the story. What a coincidence. Wow, cue ball on a string. And Jeremy Sossei draws first blood right here at the Turning Stone. Hey, Universe Clothing, universeclothing.com. We'd like to thank Nick and the whole crew for getting on board with AZB TV. And like I was saying, we're going to be heading up to Akron. John Mora, Jason Shore, challenge match January 16th, 17th, and 18th. 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball. And right after that, what AZB TV will be doing is watching this. The Derby City Classic, and AccuStats will be producing a full production, once again, right out of the southern Indiana. You can see the address for AccuStats at the bottom of your monitor. That's their website, and make sure you get over there and get your early bird special. It starts January 23rd and ends the 31st. Also, they have DVDs on sale from the last U.S. Open where Shane Van Boening three-peated. Also, that great jump shot, that double bridge jump with authority, and you see Shane right there. A lot of tournaments going on at Derby City Classic. And also Steve Lomax Custom Cues. The ace from outer space, because when you look at his cue sticks, you've never seen anything on Earth done like it. Make sure to check out Lomax Custom Cues. Jeremy Sossei says he loves Steve, but let's get back to the action. Five ball right into the bottom right-hand corner. Watch the 7's going to go in the upper right. Oh, that was the 4 ball that went in the bottom right. He's got vision on the 1 ball, but not a clear shot. You're probably going to see him play safe. Whether he rolls up and tucks the cue ball behind the 6 because he is jacked up over the 5 is yet to be seen. I think he can roll up, just hide the cue ball, but you don't want to put the cue ball anywhere near the side pocket, because if you put it near the side pocket, what happens is you give your opponent a chance to kick it in one rail. So you want to tuck that cue ball in pretty tight behind that 6 ball. Something like that. Ron has a shot at kicking the 1, but if the 1 was near the side pocket, he had a better shot at making it. So you definitely don't want to leave the 1 ball anywhere near that side pocket where you can have the chance to make it. Now, if Ron hits the lower part of this 1 ball, which means the part of the 1 ball that's towards the... Oh, he's going the other way. He's got to watch the scratch in the bottom right-hand corner here if he hits it too solid. Watch the cue ball. There it is, right into the drink. Kojak in the subway. And that's the problem with hitting it that way. Jeremy Sossei looking at the small window between the 8-9 to play to the 2. This is really key shot right here, 1 to the 2. He got there perfect. I like the tempo that Jeremy's playing with right now and the confidence. 2 rails back for the 8 or 1 rail. Depends on how he feels about this. And shoot the 8 in the bottom right-hand corner. Shot it with the 2 rails. And that quick. We're only 8 minutes into this match, and it's already 2-0. And that's the pace that Jeremy Sossei is setting. What a great player. Deservingly so. Ron Casanzio, I don't know if anybody out there knows Ron, but if you do know Ron, he is one heck of a shooter. He knocked out many a top-notch pros in tournaments. In fact, he knocked out Johnny Archer last night in the Hill match, ending it with a 7-9 combination. And I left the cameras running for you guys so you can see that match, and I'm glad I did, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Danny D and I were sitting on the side and doing other things, actually watching it from the seats. It was a really good match. Unfortunately, this is the game we love and somebody has to lose, right? But it was a good match. Okay, 2-0. Wow, the 4 ball jumped in, and so did the cue ball. Ron Casanzio is going to be coming to the table with ball in hand. But notice the 3. The 3-5 at the top left-hand corner of your monitor there is going to be the trouble. And he's observing that right away. I don't know if the cue ball has enough room to go between the rail and the 5. I don't believe so. But he can elect to play safe if it doesn't, or he can't get a shot off the 2 coming back for the 3. And who am I to say anyway? It's this man right here knows exactly what he wants to do. He's playing safe. He's looking to bring the 1 down by the 9 and play the 1-9 combination if Jeremy would have missed it because of the position of the 3. It's a smart move, but I think he left a giant window for Jeremy Sossei and a chance for Jeremy. Sure he did. He left it wide open. Unforced error right there. You know, there's nothing wrong with playing safe. If Jeremy can get the cue ball back like in the vicinity where it is for the 3, and after pocketing the 2 from here, it's going to be a tough way to go. Makeable shot, but you know, that 3 ball where it is, if you can get that, or even where the cue ball is now, that line, but get above the 6, you can bank that 3 ball straight into it and tuck the cue behind the 5. The first person to get on that angle and fire that into the rail is going to be the one that's going to probably win this game. Jeremy, he's thinking about back cutting this into the side pocket. I like playing safe. Let's bring the 2 behind the 9 or down on the lower cushion, and let's run the cue ball up table. He's thinking about cutting it in. He's got to look out for that 9 ball though, and you don't want to hide the cue ball behind the 5. He's probably gonna go around the 9. But if he comes in real long, or short for that matter, the cue ball could wind up behind the 5 ball. He played it smart. He played for the safe shot. Danny DiLiberto just flew in his Learjet in the parking lot. Hi, Danny. You're on.
I didn't know we started.
That's all right.
I was talking to the fans.
All right. That's good. It's all good. We were anxiously awaiting your return. 2-0 Jeremy Sossei that quick. He's going to play safe here. Try to tuck the cue behind the 5 ball. Unless he's going to play the cue ball back down table. That's what he's going to do.
Oh, he hit it good. He hit it good, but he's not going to snooker him, I don't think.
He's got AT&T, though. Long distance.
Yeah, I think he can hit the ball.
Hey, Mr. Tony Fox, the photographer here. On premises. Yeah, he can definitely hit it. And he's going to try to just nip it is what he's going to do. I call it a Sang-Lee touch.
Anyway, Tony Fox is a good photographer, but Diane Hoppy is prettier.
Yes. She looks better in pictures, right? There she is right there, Diana Hoppy, saying peace to the world. DianaHoppy.com. She has the Earl Strickland Road Stories 2 DVDs available right now. Her phone number 843-838-7770. Two-rail kicking it. Don't be surprised if it goes in the side pocket. He's trying to
hit it. The main thing is hit it. Well, he didn't. Yeah, you got to hit the ball. Anything is better than ball in hand.
Especially for this killer here. Knocked out a lot of major opponents.
Yeah, he's a great player. I played him years ago. I gambled with him. He's a hard-nosed player.
Yeah, I've seen Ron many a times.
And I really like him, but mostly because he's a racetrack degenerate.
You love the ponies, huh?
I love gambling.
Okay.
I really like dog racing better, but...
Go down to Florida for that, don't you?
Yeah, when I lived there, not anymore, but I go to Port Erie every year. Twice a week it runs. Port Erie's in Canada, and horses. I go with Al.
Yeah, I've seen Al. Al's here, right?
Yeah.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know Al, you see him every once in a while. You'll see him plenty of photos at the U.S. Open or major events. He wears a He's way up top. We're going to try to get a shot of him.
He's got the big hat.
He's always got the big hats on.
I named him 5-Star Al.
5-Star Al. He's first class, huh?
Oh, well, you know what he does every year? The big tournaments, he takes the whole Accustat's crew to dinner. It costs him probably $1,000.
I would say so.
He does it. He loves pool. He loves the players. And I go to Derby City with him. He picks me up in Buffalo, and we ride together. Look
now,
at
what does
this.
that take you? Does that take you about 10 hours? 11?
Well,
Somewhere in that area, right?
yeah, something like that. That was a good shot.
Whoa, I was going to give you a picture. Al, let's get back to the action. We had the camera set up the other way. Okay, we're at 21 Jump Street. Now we'll go over to Al. 5-Star Al. Let's see if we can pick him up. There he is. You see it right at the top.
He wears that big hat.
See that big black hat?
In the winter. In the summer, he's got a white one.
Okay.
Really?
Styling. There you see.
He can't see that far.
He can't. He's having his pop.
He's old. He's younger than me.
There you see Josh Hughes, the banner. Aramith, Simonis, another Aramith. And down in the blue one there is the diamond. Everybody coming together.
I talked to Ron earlier. He said he's winning, but he isn't making balls on the break. He said, but I ain't leaving a shot when I don't make a ball on the break. He said, so I'm getting a little lucky. Well, he's doing something right because he beat Archer and then he beat Rodney.
He beat Archer and Rodney. That's right.
Yeah.
And at one point, the buzz up at the tournament chart was Rodney opened up with a 3-0 lead. And then from there on in, it was all Ron. 9-3 final. That's pretty strong.
It sure is. Well, Sossei's playing real well also.
Yeah, second place here 2 times. One to Archer, and the other one was to Earl Strickland.
Well, that's what he was telling me. He made a ball this time. Does the one pass? He's checking it out. It might. He can't play the combination. Here, I think you just got to play safe. I think you roll it towards that combination and you go right behind the 8. He got him.
He's rolling up behind the 2.
He got him. He got him. Fair and square.
Jeremy Sossei is going to take a break.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch down to this camera here and see what's going on down this way. And you got Sean Wilkie playing Jason Shaw back there.
Jason Shaw just lost to Johnny Mora.
Tough match, too. Hill.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of seconds here, and we want to say we will be talking about John Moore and Jason Shaw. We're going. AZB TV, NYC Grind, heading up to Akron, Ohio, right to the Kings of Billiards pool room. And this is just half of the front of the pool room where they have these huge shades. These are actually they're stuck on the window panes, huge windows. You can see Mike DeShane, Earl Strickland, John Moore is off to the left down there. And, of course, Jason Shaw as you walk in the door. You can see they spelled Jason's name wrong, J-A-S. I understand that's been fixed since then. It's now spelled the right way, the way Jason spells his name. And we'll be heading up there to bring you that match. Like I said, the 16th, 17th, and 18th 3 disciplines, 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. And then right after that, we'll be watching this.
Well, they just played, and Jason lost.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be playing 8 ball, too. So 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. 3 days of action. Jeremy Sossei is now back in the arena. So we're going to elect to get back over that way. Looks like he does have maybe a piece of paint. And if he's got a little paint of that 1 ball, he's going to try to bring the cue ball way down behind the 9 and just tap the 1 ball to leave it near the 3. He's down looking pretty sharp at this shot.
Well,
He's
if he can hit it, he doesn't have to worry about selling out the 1 because the 2 is going to block the pocket.
If he hits it hard enough, watch the 3.
Oh, I don't know about that part. Just hit it. Anything good happens. See, it was overcutting a little bit, but look at the control. He got him. Good shot.
And busted the 3 out.
Good shot. Safety really entered the game over the years because it's ball in hand, any foul. It wasn't always that way. We used to play you push out anytime. Like Ron could have pushed out here in the old days.
Right. To a difficult shot. Or a shot that he knew his opponent didn't like.
Well, he hit it. I think he's going to sell it out, though. I think it passes. Yeah, I think he can shoot this in and draw the ball for the 2. This looks like the only difficult part of the rack. If he does this, the rest of the rack should be pretty easy. Well, he did part 1.
2 to the 3 is the key. Key shot here. 2 rails back, and he should be okay.
Yeah. Don't hit any balls.
Even if he comes 3 rails and comes short to the short cushion, he's okay because all he has to do is bounce out.
Good shot.
He missed it. 2
Yeah.
balls still up on the
position,
table.
but you got to make the ball.
Yeah. Look at this stroke here, Danny. You can't go the inside 3 rails up there on the top. You're going to have to stroke this cue ball right now. And you're only 4 inches off the rail.
Well, you know, the big problem here is the 6 is in the way. He can't just go 2 rails towards the side and then cut the 3 in because you're going to hit the 6. He doesn't have that path. So, if possible, you know what, here, I cinch it and take the cut on the 3. Don't gamble on snookering yourself.
I think he's going to stroke this.
He's going to, but I don't like it. Something bad can happen.
And that's what happened.
Yeah. I would have just cinched it and took the cut on the 3.
Now look at this. Now it's so straight in. I don't know if Jeremy Sossei can get to the other side of the 3.
Well, the thing about it, folks, is if there's any angle at all and you shoot hard, it'll be more angle, and he will be able to do it. I think he can draw it right back. I think he'll hit the rail and come out perfectly here.
He's going to accept the shot, the cut shot on the 3 ball is what he's going to do. He's just going to bring it out as much as he can and then cut the 3. He's coming back. He's drawing it.
Oh, he had the angle. There was enough angle. And then when you shoot that speed, you create more angle. He's fine. He's been playing a solid year, this kid. He's playing good. Tough to beat. Yeah, that's a good shot because you had to get straight in on this 6 ball to hold it for the 8. You didn't want to have a thin cut. So now he's got just the right angle to have an angle on the 8 to go to the 9. That's what it's about, folks. Angles for angles. You don't just cinch the ball and take the next shot. You got to leave an angle so you can get to the next ball. It goes in 3s.
Goes to the 3s. 3-1. Give you an idea what this room looks like. I took these pictures when I first got there and on location, and you can see that it's not fully set up yet. But this is from the front to the back where the stage area and where all your singers and comedians or whatever comes here to do an event. And this is a shot from the back towards the front, and Mike Zuglin sits right above that Josh Northeast 9-ball tour banner. He's got a makeshift office up there, and that's the front. In fact, you can see Mike on the left-hand side talking to someone that was here at the time. And back to the action. Jeremy Sossei leads 3-1. We want to thank the Turning Stone Casino. We are going to be back here August 20th through the 23rd. Another $25,000 added event. Wow. Everything starts running for the holes.
Yeah, here's another one. Well, he made the 1 in the side.
He's got the 2-ball cut in.
Yeah.
The bottom left-hand corner.
He's made 3 balls.
In the natural position for the 3 on the opposite side of the table, up in the corner. He's just got to just concentrate on making this 2 and spin the rock just a little bit.
Yeah, you got to, like you say, make the 2. The 3 will be automatic if you don't scratch in the side. Cue ball's going the right path to the 3.
Ooh,
Oh,
watch the run. What's that all about?
That was bad. I don't know why he didn't just roll it in.
Playing that 4 rails back out for position on the 3 in the same corner pocket up on the right side. Is that what he was doing? Because that cue ball was traveling.
He didn't have to do that. I think he could just roll it 1 rail. But he's at the table, and that's what he thought he had to do.
That's his comfort zone, his discretion, absolutely.
Only thing is, it's a gamble, and it didn't pay off. Ron doesn't mind.
You can see some of the audience in the back. Keep in mind, this place is huge. So if it looks kind of spotty, it's still plenty of people sitting here. It's like putting 4 people in the middle of Manhattan and taking an overhead. Well, I mean 4 million people in the middle of Manhattan and taking an overhead shot, a photo. Might not look like a lot of people on the ground, but a lot of people here in attendance.
Yeah, Ron's a great competitor.
Ron can fool a lot of people. I'd like to put fishing lures in his cap and and a fly rod and walk into a couple of clubs with him. Of course, with the internet today, all you do is punch in a name and you can find out who won what and where.
Tells you everything.
Yeah. 3-2 now. Ron Casanzio still trailing by 1. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. It's watching. We want to thank you. We appreciate the support.
There's the prize money. Well, let's see it. Ron hasn't been making balls on the break.
He made one last inning.
Yeah.
And he made one this inning. The 2 found its way into the bottom left-hand corner. The 5 in the upper left-hand corner. The 1 ball on the left side of the table near the 8 and 4.
I don't know. Could he make the 1 without scratching in the corner? I think he's going to scratch if he shoots it.
He can cut this. I think he might be able to cut it and finesse it down in the corner and just draw the cue ball back a little bit. But does it have a reward? Well, he's looking to go forward. He might have enough to just go forward with this cue ball and play the 3 in the side.
Well, there's a little angle, so it isn't going to go straight. It's going to deflect a little bit. I don't know if it's going to right path. He can't draw it because it'll go right in the side pocket with the cue ball.
He's shaking his head. I don't think he likes it.
No, it looks like he's got a shot with nothing to gain. He's going to try to spin it forward with a little left. He overcut it with that little left.
He's just going to trickle enough for Jeremy Sossei to make it. But now I think Jeremy Sossei could come back and bump the 3. Maybe tap the 3-7 and create a shot. Unless the 3 goes in the bottom left-hand corner.
It does go in the corner. I believe it goes in the corner to his right. And it goes in both corners. It goes in the far corner and it goes to the short corner. So he just has to go 1 rail, try to get to the middle of the table, and I think he'll have the 3. He's a little uncomfortable because he's over the top.
If he touches that 3 ball and continues his shot without stopping, it will be a foul. He goes above it. The 3 must go in the corner pocket.
It does.
And 1 rail back out for the 4 ball in the upper left-hand corner, unless he can hold the cue ball there.
No, I don't think so. He's got to bounce. He's got to bounce. He did it nicely. Well, we're starting to realize that Jeremy Sossei is a good player. You didn't know it a couple of years ago.
He came a long way.
He's a good player.
You know, he used to, Gangster was his idol. In fact, you know, Jeremy Sossei will tell you himself, Jeremy asked Ginky for his autograph. That's the first player's autograph he ever got in pool. And he used to try to emulate Ginky's break, and the Gangster used to show him a lot.
Ginky was a good player. Sanssouci is his real name.
Yes,
And
George.
He's no longer with us.
Right.
He got an illness, and he's in heaven with Harold Worst and Lassiter, and
Freddie the
I
Beard.
hope so.
They got action.
Well, yeah.
And Gypsy, too.
Oh, I could go on and on
Yeah.
mentioning all the players that are no longer with us.
Well, Gypsy and the Gangster used to do the road. And
Good shot there. That was not that easy, but he made it look easy. Yeah, this guy's a good player. I don't know if he plays other games. Does he play one pocket?
does it have a round ball in the hole? He would definitely play it, I would imagine.
Well, the reason I said that is
I know.
if you ever go to Derby City, you better play all the games.
He's been there, and he'll be there again. 4-2. Jeremy Sossei were racing to 9. I'm Upstate Al of AZB TV and sitting in the booth alongside the legendary Danny DiLiberto.
Well, is the ball going to reach the one? Yep. There it
Everything's
goes.
running in the hole. Look at this.
This
Cosmo time.
You're right.
Were you about to say that, Dan?
No, I was going to use something else because we explained what Cosmo means yesterday with Jennifer Beretta here. She knew what it meant, a Mickey Mouse layout, but she didn't know how it became Cosmo. Was a guy named Tom Cosmo, came to Johnson City every year. Everybody loved him.
You know, I heard a lot about Johnson City. Is it true that the FBI, the feds, broke the place in a couple of times?
Not a couple times.
They wanted the tax money?
One time.
One time?
The year I won it. They came in and raided. They thought the Janskos were real big bookmakers, and they weren't.
Right.
They weren't, but anyway, they raided the place.
Was it because of the wire that they got, that there was a lot of money and gambling going on in it? Or just because they thought they were booking?
They were watching it a while, but it was mostly because of the bookmaking.
Mm-hmm.
They arrested everybody.
8 to 80 years old. They didn't care. Everybody went. Even if you were just watching, huh?
And you know what Fats told the judge? He said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself arresting these guys. He said, look, you got that guy for a concealed sandwich over the border. They let everybody go. I guess you never went to Johnson City.
No, never had the opportunity.
A little town, maybe 2,500 people in southern Illinois with about 4 other towns 6 miles away, and it was a great tournament.
I heard.
Gambling around the clock. Everything went. You know, there was no can't serve booze after 2 or anything like that. You did what you wanted.
Right.
And a zillion love-starved girls. I said it on my DVD that there were 10 women to every man, but they didn't look too good. But after a week or 10 days, they got prettier.
You know, Ronnie Allen, I believe I heard him tell a story one time. I think it's on YouTube about him and Grady flying out that way just to get action. He used to fly with some, in a private plane, I guess, Piper Cup or something.
Now that we're talking about that, a guy was Ronnie's backer, flew him there.
That's what it was.
You had to fly to Marion, Illinois, and he flew Ronnie there, and he was Ronnie's backer, and after about 3 or 4 days, the guy was stuck $40,000, and a guy went up to the backer and said, "Don't you know Ronnie's dumping you, you idiot?" And he went to Ronnie, and he said, "Ronnie, how could you do that, dump me, after all I've done for you and all that?" And Ronnie came with the greatest remark ever. He said, "Don't you know dumping and dogging it look the same?" And then Jimmy Reed had another good one. When he got a new girlfriend, Jimmy Reed, he put an orange on the TV set, and when the girl knew the difference between the orange and the pie ball, he left.
The Orange Crush.
Well, what happened here?
Nothing went in, and the 6 ball's going to just nestle up against the cue and cause some trouble down there with the 2 and the 4. As far as a shot on the 1, it looks like he might have a kick.
Yeah, that's about it. But the balls are tied up pretty good. But in any other case, tie him up if you're going to push. Well, he looks like he's winding up to shoot. Tough layout here. There is no gimme here. And no Cosmo for sure.
Now keep in mind, Rodney Morris had Ron 3-0, and Jeremy Sossei's in the lead by 3 games. What I'm saying is, don't count Ron out. He didn't make it this far in the tournament for nothing.
I don't know if you're a mathematician at all, but 5-2 is a bigger lead than 3-0.
Yeah, you're more than halfway home, that's
Right.
for sure.
Right.
What I'm saying is
We're going to get a safety here.
what I'm saying is his type of play. Well, he let this leak out.
Does it pass? It might. Yeah,
Even if it doesn't, you give your opponent
passes.
an
I
opportunity
think
to
it
play
goes.
safe.
Sossei is winding up to chalk up and shoot, so it must pass. And there's position. This rack could be over because of this.
By
Yeah.
Ron Casanzio's facial expressions, I'd say it goes.
Yeah, and he just made a bad save. Shot a little bit too hard. He had a wall of balls to get him with, and he didn't. He might have to hit side rails here.
I think he wants to get as straight as possible on this 4 ball, so he doesn't have to do much with the 5.
Well, that's why he's got to hit the side rail to bounce out and get straight on it. Because there's a little cut here. He can't just cinch this. He's got to bounce back to the middle. Good enough. Good enough. How old is Sossei?
He looks a lot younger than what he is. That I can tell you.
You mean
The chat will be able to tell us.
He looks 25, but he's 50? No.
Right.
Really?
Like a Filipino. I think I know him since he's 16 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and that seems like 25 years ago.
Well, he's really a solid player. I know that. I've been watching him now for the last year. He's a solid player. Got to draw the ball a little. Now I think he's got to go one rail because he has a little angle. He's going to play the 8 and the 9 in the same pocket. Boy, I'm playing good now. I'm playing as good as you were.
Oh, you jam up. Jam up. Stay away from Danny. We just blew his action. Here we go. 6-2.
I know 5-Star Ale way up there is pulling for Ron because he's from Rochester like Ron is.
Really?
Yeah. And like I said, I'm partial to Ron because he's a racetrack degenerate. I like people who put the money in flight and not pay bills.
Put the money in flight. That now belongs to Upstate Al. I just want to let you know that. Put the money in flight. Why let it linger?
And it'll fly because it's not heavy.
That's right.
You agree with me? I might be wrong now.
No, you're right. I can tell you a funny story about money being real light. He is 35 years old, so there you go. Thank you, Josh. Josh, Shore, Jersey Shore, Jason Shore, Ron Casanzio.
You know, we got a lot of Jasons and Justins in the
Yeah.
game suddenly.
Yeah. Out of Chicago originally, I believe.
I'm
right?
jealous. My family should have named me Justin DiLibero.
You could change it.
I'm kidding. I've already changed my name a bunch of times. On the road, I was Tony Domino, Fletcher
I
McCord.
could see you as Tony Domino, walking around with the spats on your shoes. Tony Domino just entered the building. Originally a singer, but he shoots pool occasionally. If you would like to get up there and challenge him a little bit. Tony Domino.
You know, many times I beat someone and they got mad and wanted to fight, and I would tell them, I'm not mad, I won. But if you want to fight, I got to have a motive, so how much did you lose? We'll fight for that. And we would go outside, I'm telling you, many times. I beat a guy for 400. He wanted to go outside and fight for the 400. It wasn't much of a fight because I knocked him out with one punch. It's true stories, too.
And what was your boxing name back then, Danny?
Danny Torriani.
Danny Torriani.
Yeah, I had 14 pro fights, 12 knockouts, and 4 broken hands. It was fun fighting because the guy never made the 9 on the break to beat you. You know.
Well, I got news for you. Ron doesn't have any broken hands, and his hands are not tied right now. And
he works for the post office. The sideline is he's a racetrack degenerate, but he works for the post office.
he is. He's going to try to stay in control of this table, and he better.
Oh, he's okay here.
Because Jeremy Sossei's off to the races here. He's got to keep him in his seat if he wants to make this look respectable at all.
And like you said, he was losing 3-0 to Rodney Morris, one of the greatest players in the game, and he came back and beat him 9 in a row. So he's not done ever, and he doesn't give up. Good money player, too. Needs an angle.
Hey, there's a question in the chat for you, Danny. Do you remember a boxer from Connecticut named Vic Cardell?
Yeah. Yeah. I go back with boxing to the 30s, so I know all the trivia with boxing. Vic Cardell. Boston had some great fighters, including Marvin Hagler. Rocky Marciano was from Boston, Brockton, Massachusetts, and they call him the Brockton Blockbuster. Died in an airplane crash because he was kind of cheap. He was.
Hey, does AccuStats have any DVDs of you playing back in the days, Danny?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Go over to AccuStats.com
Yeah, he's got some.
and browse the library. You can do that for free.
Yeah.
You can also download the library. So Ron Casanzio, like we said, he's got to stay in control of this table. Let this young man cool off in that seat.
I wish we had DVDs of me fighting. In a way, I wish I had them, because if I did and people saw them, they might not like me anymore, because I was mean. If I saw the referee coming in to stop the fight, I snookered the referee so I could hit the guy some more. I got in the way.
You never saw him, right?
I tried to block him. I didn't want to win by stopping the fight. I wanted the guy laying down on the canvas. I was ornery.
He wanted to beat you to a pulp because he didn't want you coming back and asking for another fight, that's for sure. Hey, Brittany Bryan's still hanging in there. She's way up top. Joey Dupuis, and I can't see who else is up there, but a few other people hanging out, sweating this match as the crowd keeps coming in.
Brittany's from Toronto.
Won numerous events up there.
Probably Canada's top woman player. She didn't do real well here, but you could see that she could play.
Well, she won 2 juniors and I think 7 titles up in Canada.
Well, we got 2 matches going right now. They're both loser sides. And we got the second chance tournament going on the other side of the room. You had to be an amateur rating to play in it. You know, you couldn't be a top player. You had to play in the main event and not be a top player, and you were eligible.
In case you're interested in that match with Sean Wilkie and Jason Shaw, Jason is on the hill. Sean has 3.
Well, Jason got through real quick, I guess. But he plays fast. When he wins, it doesn't take long.
And Sean Wilkie just missed a 3-ball in the corner pocket, and Jason bounced out like a moth to the flame. Ron Casanzio breaks, makes a ball, but look at the...
Wait. I'm working on moth to the flame.
Yeah, you ever see them?
I never saw a moth jump out of a flame.
No, fly to a flame. They fly right into the fire.
Well...
So quick. They don't know where they're going.
Horses do that, too. They run right into the fire in the barn. They don't, they don't care about the fire. And one time I was chasing a rabbit where I lived on the west side of Buffalo because it was near the lake. And
on a horse? Or were you running?
No, on a rabbit. I chased the rabbit, and the rabbit ran right into a bonfire. Little rabbit story. I know that excited everybody out there.
Jason's on the 8-ball, folks. In the back table, he's about to eliminate Sean Wilkie and move forward.
Yeah, he's out. He's dangerous.
There you have it.
On the loser side, there's not a lot of players on the loser side. The winner of his match plays the winner of this one.
Ron's got his hands full. He made a ball in the break, but the 1 ball way up table near the 6 on the short rail is going to elect to push out.
I don't know. When you see, he tied up a ball.
Yeah.
That's a good shot.
Sure
That's
is.
a good shot.
He might get this back.
He will get it back. But I know, you know what? I wouldn't give this back. I'm gonna hit the 1 a little full on the right side and go 1 rail behind the 6.
Good shot. I like that.
He'll do it too. He's got that kind of control.
Unless he wants to come the other way and put the cue ball between the 4-2. That's pretty precise.
Please,
and put
Jeremy.
Put the 1 over by the 6.
Jeremy, you got to do. No, I don't like that. You got to go with the cue ball behind the 6.
I like that shot.
That's what he did, folks. I'm glad he did it because I didn't want to be wrong. I was
not
wrong.
Not on Sunday.
I was wrong once last year.
Just last year.
That's what Billy and Cardona likes to say, you know. He said he's not perfect, but he's close. And he does the finger thing.
That close.
You can't see me, folks, but Billy would say, I'm not perfect, but I'm this close.
That close and hold his...
And he hold the index finger and the thumb like a quarter of an inch away. Good man, Billy. Good man. I mean, I knock him every chance I get, but it isn't because I don't love him. He's like my brother.
Yeah, you guys get along pretty good in the booth.
Well, you know, a few months ago I was in the hospital in bad shape. Billy called me up. He said, Danny, don't worry about money. He said, I'm sending you $2,000. Because I missed the U.S. Open. You know, I couldn't do that commentary. So Billy said, I'm sending you $2,000. Which
That's
he
nice.
did.
Hey,
what a good shot.
Wow.
What a good
behind
shot.
it.
You know, he played it just like that, too. That was not accidental.
So we're back to
It was
the
back
1
to
ball.
the same shot. He's going to put him behind the 6 again. I think it's the same shot.
I like putting the cue ball between the 2-4, but it's a difficult shot. The speed has to be right. The 1 goes over by the 6 ball. It's like the double shell. You know.
Well, the only problem
here
here is hitting the 1 where you got to hit it. It might go 1 rail and hit the 8, and you sell out if you don't snooker him with the 6. But nevertheless, he's studying, but that's the shot you got to shoot. Ron made the 3 a little bit difficult, or the 5. He made the 5 a little difficult, so there's no real danger here. Shoot the same shot, Jeremy. He must have another plan here.
Yeah, he's going with plan A, B, C, D. So far, he's up to F, and he's still figuring out his odds and what shot he wants to shoot. If he comes with the cue ball between the 4-2 and the 1 over by the 6, that'll be almost jail with no bail. If he marries that cue ball up against the 4. Got to be careful you don't scratch if you play it that way, though.
It'd be tough to scratch. I think he's got the same shot he just executed. And don't forget, the 5 is tied up a little bit, so you're not in danger of selling out the rack by doing this. Got to do the same shot.
Very thin.
He did the same shot.
There it
is. Like I said, the 8 was in the way.
Though. He wants to marry it.
Well, he did. So he said, this guy kicked 2 rails and played me safe right back. He said, so I'm going to take away the kicks. And I'm going to freeze him on the 6.
Not only that, he might have a billiard here for the 1-9 if Ron can't make it. Ron is sizing it up right now.
He's looking at that, yeah. I want to tell you something. Because the 5 is tied up, in case he does have that billiard, I would push right through and try to move everything. See it?
He's got to find a way to get to the 1 first.
Yeah, but I think you just let him have ball in hand and move that billiard. Because the 5 is tied up, so he doesn't have... This is the gamble. It's percentage stuff.
That's the 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
No, it's the 5. Isn't it?
No, that's the 4 by the 2.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, he's got a ball tied up.
Yep.
But ball in hand.
I think you give him ball in hand.
Jeremy Sossei will stick you again.
Are we playing 3 in a row you lose?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care for
He's going to try to tie up the 6 with the 4 now.
Good idea.
Put it on the rail.
Good idea.
Jeremy Sossei taking a quick break. There's no other match going on, so we're going to go through some of the sponsors, especially Universe Clothing line, universeclothing.com. Of course, Joss Hughes, Phil Capel, billiardspress.com. We want to say hi to Phil, and we appreciate all the stories that you do write. And since we're here, hold on to your ears, folks. We're going to run a quick commercial for OBQs. We also want to run the ad for Lucasi while we have a chance.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.
Say that again, Danny.
Jeremy is back, folks. So we're going to see what strategy he's got. He's got ball in hand. He's playing the billiard, like I said. I think Ron should have pushed right through and break that up and let him run out.
He's thinking about the billiard. I like playing the 1 up by the 7 and pin that cue ball right behind that 9. Marry it tight.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the way they're tied up, I think if he shoots the billiard, I got to bet he makes it. But he's not going to do it right away.
And I don't blame him. He's playing a killer, and meanwhile, Ron Casanzio is playing the giant killer.
Oh, he's going to do your shot now.
Well, he might be trying to squeeze the cue between the 4. I don't like that. I like marrying it up to the 9 because you cut the angle off with 2-4 on that side.
You keep talking this smart, and you're going to knock your game. You're not going to get any action.
He's playing the 1 in the corner pocket. He's going for the run out. How do you like this?
Well, nothing wrong with this because he's going to have position on the 2.
Good to watch the roll of that cue ball. Table's fast.
I like that shot because it rolled straight. That's a testament of how good the tables are put together here. Now the thing that Ron did with the 6 could save him. It makes things a little tougher anyway.
Well, the 4 ball, he can pocket the 3 ball and get back across table for the 4 in the bottom corner. And he just wants to decide whether he's going to drag the cue ball out sharp out of the bottom left-hand corner cushions or go forward with it with a lot of inside dope. And it looks like he's going to go to the inside. Two rails. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Danny.
No, I was going to say it's still the 6 to the 7 could be a little bit of a problem because the 6 is very missable.
Hey, Pete Tascarella in the chat. He's asking a question here. He says, hello, first of all, and then he says, Danny, what weight division did you fight in?
I was a lightweight. I weighed 137 for 14 fights. Every fight I weighed 137. Good shot.
Hope to see it out there in Long Island, Pete. Ran into Pete a couple of times at a tournament and missed a cue. Lindenhurst, Long Island.
Well, he's still got some work to do here. He got the right angle. He's just going to draw it back. The point of the side could be in the way, too. No, he did it perfectly. Except the cue ball got on the rail.
Jeremy Sossei getting closer to the hill, now leads 7-3.
Yep. Unless he falls dead, he should win this match. 5-game lead or 4-game lead when you're at 7 is pretty big. The guy has to beat you now 6-1 to win the match.
Coffee, Danny? Make it over there. Put the sugar and milk in over there. All right, it looks like the rack is finally settled in. Due for inspection before we take off the tarmac.
Come on, Jeremy, go break the balls. If it takes that long to examine it, they're okay.
Well, nobody's come up with a situation or a rack yet that perfectly racks the balls snug. So he takes a look. He leads here 7-3. Watch the 6.
You could do it with super glue, but then the balls won't break good.
Well, he made a ball in the upper right-hand corner, but he doesn't have clear vision at the 1.
No, not sitting too good. The thing now is, where do you push? Like I always say, tie up a ball before you push. I would cut the 9 at the...
You can push to a 2-rail kick. Or you see where he's pointing there? You can push there. Or 1-rail kick. Because I believe the 4 is the cue ball has part of the 4 in front of it, and that's why he can't 1-rail kick at this. So if he pushes towards that side pocket, the 1-rail kick will be available, but I believe Ron will just give it back to him.
Yeah, well, that's why you tie up a ball first.
There's our referee, Don, sitting in a chair in the middle of your monitor there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I had dinner with him yesterday.
He's the one that restores motorcycles right here. That's him, Don Vintage Motorcycles, Frederickstown, Ohio. 419-565-2907. That's what he likes to do, and he does it well. Jeremy Sossei's still sizing this up. If there was a clock question about a time clock, it would have to be enforced by Ron Casanzio, unless the referee steps in.
Well, all of Accustat's tournaments now have the clock, but you need another person
To run
that
it.
you have to pay.
Yep.
You know, and Poole is on a low budget. He pushed, but I don't
Right
care
by the
about
side
it. He's
pocket.
going to get this
He's
back.
supposed to give it right back to him, without a doubt. This is taking a chance. What's the gain? If you're Ron, what's the gain out of this? Are you going to hit it slow enough to try to keep the cue ball by the 7?
I don't think so.
No. You're getting this back because you need the rail after you kick the 1.
Yeah, if you're going to kick hard. Give the balls a chance to go somewhere. Yeah, you can't kick soft here. You're going to sell out if you do that.
I'm not kicking at all. You're getting this right back.
Well,
Let's see what he does.
he's kicking. Bad judgment, I think.
You better get a rail. Or hit it hard. Well, he got the rail.
Yeah,
He's going to leave a
he
shot,
sold
though.
the ranch out, though.
Jeremy's there before the cue ball come to a stop. Welcome back, Foxy Blue 52. Jerry Tarantola in the house. That's who I need because Jerry is going to do the drawing. We're giving away Earl Strickland 1, Earl Strickland 2, and then we're also giving away a set that's been purchased by Gotham City Technologies for one of our chatters to win a $55 3-DVD set. It's been paid for already, and you can pick it your choice. He's got 3 sets, I believe, of different DVDs.
Good speed there.
Yeah, he's got to follow this up for the 3-baller. Either that or play the 2 up in the corner and then bounce 1 rail, punch it and bounce 1 rail out for the 3 in the same corner pocket.
Yeah, you're going to play it in the corner for sure. And then go out in the middle of the table. He did that nicely.
Solid.
Yeah, he's a real good player.
Travels a lot with Phil Davis to many tournaments. Phil Davis, I saw him roaming around somewhere. He's definitely watching this match.
Well, I don't know Phil Davis, but apparently he's a roamer,
Yeah,
whatever that means.
he roams around. They call him the Wanderer.
Cool customer here. He's in danger of getting on the hill.
You know, he's taken second place in this event twice. He wants to take first place. He's looking like he has the ability to do so, without a doubt. But he's got tough customers up ahead. You still have Meeker on the winner's side.
Yeah, we got 2 players left on the winner's side. Johnny Mora and Mika Immonen.
8-3. Jeremy Sossei, the giant killer, to the hill. Hey, POV Pool, Daniel Bush. We notice you got all the clappers up there. See him?
What?
Daniel Bush out on the West Coast. He also does some video live streaming saying
Daniel Bush.
thank you to everybody.
How could you name anybody Daniel?
Daniel Bush. That's his name.
I
met him at Super Billies Expo.
I kid all the time.
Nice fella. In fact, I sat in with him down there at the Super Billiards Expo. Showing up in the chat. All right, where was I going anyway? Nowhere fast, I guess.
Where did Jerry ever find a hat that color? I don't think they're common.
Halloween shop. They have all the different costumes, I guess. You know, New York City, if you want a dog with 4 heads, you can find it.
Yeah, New York City, one of the greatest cities in the world.
Never sleeps, that's for sure. It's like Atlantic City.
I used to feel like I got the worst of it when I was a kid, and I wanted to be from New York City, and I felt jilted. Well, something flew in,
Sure did.
and he's got an open shot at the 1. He can close out the match here if he can run out. I think he can shoot the 1 in the corner and go 1 rail to the 2 behind the
4-ball, yeah.
behind the 4-ball.
The right speed, the right spin, too.
I think all you need is center ball.
There he is. He's drawing this.
Well, it's close to center. He ain't going to draw it real good. He's just going to bounce 90 degrees.
Back cut it. Played the window between the 4-7. Excellent shot. He's the only one that saw that.
Well,
excellent shot.
He's the only one that really had to see it.
Yeah, that's what the union told us. Good speed.
Yeah. He's going to get through a little tricky rack, but it'll win the match.
Well, it looks like a drill. Everything's right there in the center of the table, so
He should get out.
the 7 ball, the 5 to the 7, I believe it is the key. Or no, the 4 to the 5 is okay, but it's the 5 to the 7. He's going to have to play the 5 in the side and roll up a little bit so he gets almost straight in on the 7 in the bottom right.
He's fine here.
Yeah.
I don't care if he rolls up or not. Stick right there and you're out.
Stick and move.
This is good.
Same
good
thing.
enough.
Yeah.
But like you say, you want to get straight in on the 7. Does it go in both corners?
Looks like it does, yeah.
Well,
He's going to roll up.
Yeah, you want to get straight in on the 7. You don't want to hit balls anymore. Well, he's got an angle now. I don't know if he can do that. He might have to hit the 8 ball. Or play it in the same pocket as the 7. And that's what he's doing. Very nicely. He got out an intricate rack, and he made it look easy. He's not out yet, of course. But
Well, he's out, Danny. You can forget about that.
I would say that, yeah.
He's definitely out.
Yeah. Even Billy and Cardona would have got out here.
There he is, Jeremy Sossei, the Giant Killer. Danny DiLiberto, Upstate Al. We're going to be back with another match at 3 o'clock. In fact, we're going to get Jerry T. He's going to have to put these names in a generator. Jerry Tarantola from NYC Grinds, wanted by the booth. He's definitely going to pick the winner for the 3 DVD set coming up just before the next match. JT on the ball. Thanks, guys, for watching. 3 o'clock, the next match.